Ladies and gentlemen, this is race 2 here at Zolder for the S.R.O.C. Formula Renault 2.0 Sprint Series. We await the drivers to start up their engines and get on their way for this second race of tonight. We'll have little more than 10 seconds to go before we start with Simon Frelick and Paul and Dane Bird on the left side of your screen in the turquoise Renault. It is 5 seconds until the start, and I saw some little movement from two cars there on the left. It may be Bird and Solima who have had a false start, with Frelick having a great one on his own, going through the first turn here in lap 1. Very nice there. I see Dominic Enderman with a little budge there onto the rear end of Dane Bird, and that means Frelick will be safely on his way through turn 1, and even Tigelaar and Enderman having some trouble there into turn 2. We are following Tigelaar around the track here in turn 3 with a little bender. We have Solima just right in front of Nuaf, who has had a very good start here and is making his way up the field already in P3, and Solima hits the curb, loses his rear end. Even Frelick has lost his rear end during the chicane and does need to make up for these places lost at the moment, while Eekhoven is very nice there in P2, having trouble with Damus cutting off the chicane, and Solima hitting Eekhoven a little bit there, going through the right-hander. Now we are having a little chaotic start, just like in race 1. We have Nuaf in P1, Tigelaar in P3, being followed by Solima in P3, who has the inside going into the hairpin, with Eekhoven already behind by quite a few feet. Frelick is making his way up back onto the field after his little spin in the first chicane. Solima is heading into the pits before his stop and go, and Frelick needs to make up for lost time now, following Nuaf, who has more than 5 seconds of an advantage against the rest. Tigelaar in P3 making it hard on Frelick. Let's see if Eekhoven can follow the two as well. Does appear so at the moment. Let's see if Frelick can pick up the pace and lose the two behind him to get back to the leader, who is Simon Kenzie Nuaf, excuse me. Well, here we see Eekhoven running a little bit wide there, and Dominic Hogendijk is closing in on Ott Tigelaar as well. But it's Frelick who is way quicker through the chicanes and has made a substantial gain during those last 2 corners, and he is on a roll right now. He is trying to get to Nuaf as quick as possible, while Tigelaar is trying to hold off Eekhoven, who is right behind him, just has his nose under his right wing, under his rear wing. Here comes the hairpin. Eekhoven on the inside, trying here for the pass, but doesn't make it. Tucks in behind Tigelaar and needs to try again at a different spot. This is the last chicane. It's quite a quick one, and Eekhoven positions himself on the inside of turn 1, trying to gain the edge there. Yes, he makes it for P3. Very well done there by Eekhoven, having an impressive run here at Zolder. And Tigelaar has to pick up the pace just to keep up with him, because Eekhoven is on a roll, has already 2 car lengths of an advantage. So he too is on a mission to score some big points here at Zolder, and Enderman is doing very good as well, because he has passed Dominic Hogendijk and is going to pass probably Ott Tigelaar here as well. Oh, he locks up, doesn't want to run into Ott Tigelaar's back, and had to hold, pump the brakes very hard there. Very nice reflexes there by Enderman. Oh, loses it again, has some troubles with his brake bias probably. Well, Dominic Hogendijk jumps off the curb as well in the chicane, and he has to turn around his car, and we look back at Enderman, who does need to make up some time again. He's still more than a second behind of Tigelaar, and they are heading onto the last chicane to finish up lap 3. And let's see what Enderman can do here in turn 3 behind Tigelaar. It's gonna be a surprise if Enderman can get around, because he seems to have trouble with understeer, oversteer, everywhere. Especially on the braking, he seems to have a lot of trouble. While Tigelaar looks like he's on top of his car, knows what to do, seems in control. Well, Enderman tries his pass here on the outside. There will be a right-left chicane here going on. Enderman on the inside and succeeds in one time. Yes, that's Enderman going around Alt Tigelaar for P5, making his way to Demis Tigelaar. 8 seconds ahead. It's a nice pass there made by Enderman. Let's see if he can continue his race at this moment. Well, we see Frelick here in the graphics, seeing he has worked his disadvantage back to 3 seconds, so he is gaining on Nuov. This just might mean Nuov is in trouble. More Frelick is going very, very hard. And let's see, we're on board with Frelick here, and he does seem to push the limits here. And Acorn is not far behind him as well. He has the same difference, he has the same distance between him and Frelick as Frelick has between him and Nuov. So that's gonna be interesting to see if the drivers can work their way up to each other. And Frelick, who has prepared his own livery here for the Grand Prix of Zolder, looks very sharp. Was very unfortunate to get hit, or to spin and get hit by Solima in the back in turn 1 at the start. Meant he didn't score any points that race, so he will have a disadvantage to bridge towards Nuov, to get closer in the standings. Let's see if he can do this. It's still 2.7 seconds, so he is gaining, and he's gaining gradually, but he's gaining steadily, so he is getting closer to Nuov. It's 1.5 even now, 1.4 even. So let's see if Nuov can keep it together. He's very, very pressurized at the moment. And it's 1.2, we're 1 turn ahead, and it's 1.1. I do think Nuov is in trouble just a little bit, because he seems to have a little right wing plate bent there, while Frelick seems to be unblemished. At least his car seems unblemished. Let's see. He has closed the gap down to less than a second, so we can safely assume Frelick is on a way faster pace here than Nuov. And I do believe we have a battle for P1 going here in the Formula Renault Series, presented by S.R.O.C. It's going to be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Oh, he goes wide. Frelick goes wide. The young Polishman goes wide in the hairpin, following up a medium straight, leading to like a cut-off chicane, heading in its turn to the start-finish line. It's 1.4 seconds between the drivers, while Ecoen has worked his way within 6 seconds and a half. So don't be surprised if Ecoen might join these two in their bout for P1. While we see Demis, Tigelaar and Enderman are still 3 seconds removed from each other in the graphics on the left side of your screen. But this is going to be it. This is going to be the battle of the day. Race 2, Zolder. I do believe this battle has been taken away from us, has been robbed from us in race 1 with Frelick's incident at the start of last race. So we hope we can have a nice one right here. Here we go. Second chicane straight, first chicane circle. Laps are short here, or at least they're like 121, 122. those are the fastest lap times we're gonna run here today. But now that we're in a battle, they won't drop down to 120. That's impossible. At least Frelick maybe could show us otherwise, but I don't think so. Because Nuaf is gonna defend with everything he's got, and Frelick is 2/10 removed. He's making his move on the outside of turn 1 here in lap 8, and he doesn't succeed by a late braking action by Nuaf. Nuaf forcing Frelick a little bit wide here. Will have the outside in turn 2, and let's see if he can make it outside. He has a nice roll through that turn here. And Nuaf remains in his first position. Very well done there by Kenzie Nuaf. Well, Frelick has to try again now. He might just try it here in the chicane, following up this straight here. And even A-Coven is getting closer. He's just 5 seconds removed from these two guys fighting here. And oh, we're seeing a lot of action right now, because these two are giving us a show here, I believe. And we can see Kenzie still on zone lines. He's not defending that. He's not exaggerating while defending. He's still on his line. He has his pace, but we can see Frelick pushing or pressing the issue here. He wants to get by Nuaf. You can see that immediately. He's on a mission. He's on a mission to win this race and at least take back 5 points from Nuaf, because he has given 50 away in race 1. So let's see if he can try it again. He's doing the same thing he did a lap ago. Lap 8 we are, lap 9 now. There goes Frelick on the outside by Nuaf. Nuaf this time braking even later. This time Frelick isn't pressing the issue in turn 1. Might be trying it here. We have a lock up there by Nuaf. And oh, Frelick with a very good exit there. Going through the right hand bend. Heading into the chicane here on the straight. Is ducking back there behind Nuaf. Taking the outside. He is next to Nuaf, but Nuaf still brakes later than Frelick. Very nice there. And A-Coven is at 2.5 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 2.5 seconds, from 5 to 2.5 seconds. It does appear like Nuaf is having a very hard time getting Frelick off his back. The moves and the jabs made by Frelick are costing both of them time. So A-Coven has to try to take his advantage here and work his way back to the lead of the race. So here we go. We're almost finishing up lap 9. The drivers here in the last 2 corners of the race, of this lap, excuse me. Lap 10 will begin now. This time Frelick more aggressively, trying inside, outside here. Again, Nuaf blocking his way, and that's very well done, defending by Nuaf, who is fighting his tail off to take the lead here and to take the win. We're halfway through the race, just over it, and Frelick can only try again. Oh, little brake test there by Nuaf, so it seemed. Maybe even a bad entry there. And ladies and gentlemen, the young Belgian A-Coven is just 50 meters behind him. So this is going to be very, very interesting. I hope we can get to them. And here we see Frelick trying something. Oh, he locks up. So that he's going straight. Will have to try again. Maybe A-Coven will sneak past him. He does have a better exit. And no, Frelick has regained his pace already. But now on his turn, Frelick under pressure by A-Coven, who takes his time. He's more patient than Frelick, who seems to have some issues, having a little bit of oversteer coming out of that hairpin. We'll have to wait, because Nuaf can take a breather now with 8/10. He won't be under attack now in turn 1, but Frelick will be possibly now here. Oh, Frelick is even letting A-Coven pass. Might be just a slowdown penalty. So A-Coven has moved up to P2 while Frelick falls down to P3. So Nuaf will now be under charge by Nuaf, and we'll see how this will end. Excuses here for the little interruption. A-Coven does need to make up a little bit of time, because they've fallen back to a second behind Nuaf, and Nuaf isn't the one to let a second go to waste. So S.R.O.C has to fight for it right there. Seems to be doing alright. Well, Tigelaar and Enderman aren't far removed from each other as well. So this is going to be interesting on both fronts here. We will move up back to the top three. Oh, and S.R.O.C spins in the chicane and gives his place away to Frelick. That's very unfortunate there. Turns his car around, gets back onto the field, and Frelick needs to keep attacking, be aggressive, get back to Nuaf's rear wing. Well, we follow Enderman and Davis Tigelaar. This can be very interesting. Enderman has shown great pace during race 1, even during race 2 here at the moment, because he is getting on the guys in front of him. But Tigelaar just was a little bit too consistent for him in race 1. So let's see if he can get it round Davis Tigelaar, who is also doing a very capable job here in P4 this race. And he's good. He has been good also in the other tournament, the GT3 Sprint Series. Has done well at Mons in round 1. So he has to he has a challenge in front of him, but Davis Tigelaar can do it. And while I say this, Enderman, both the drivers here run wide after turn 1, but Enderman had the worst of it. And S.R.O.C has lost a lot of time. This is 10 seconds he has to make up to the lead. It's gonna be an uphill way from here on, and Frelick is pushing. You can see Frelick is on a mission. He doesn't want to lose this race. He is on his way to trying to win the race at least. Both drivers, Nuaf as well as Frelick, they could have had the chance to enter the GT3 Sprint Series as well. That's the more popular series because it's the second season already. But they chose to participate in the Formula Renault series, and they've done well so far because Nuaf has already has won one race in the Formula Renault series, is first in the standings in the GT3 Sprint Series. So it's going to be a question even for him. Will he continue on the GT3 Sprint Series? Will he divide his attention between the two series? Will he put his attention here on the Formula Renault series because he has those 50-point advantages already against Frelick? But Frelick has thrown all his eggs in one basket. He is all in on the Formula Renault series, and you can see it right here. He's back again within a second behind Nuaf, and he is trying. He is really trying to get closer to Nuaf at this point. So let's see if he can succeed. We hope for him he does. Well, Enderman has taken 4th place from Tigelaar. I haven't noticed in the graphic until now, but Enderman has taken Davis Tigelaar. And will continue on his way towards S.R.O.C. That will be a tougher challenge, I believe, than galloping over Tigelaar, but we'll see. We'll see what will happen. Our eyes are fixed for now on the battle for P1, which is it's on here in the Formula Renault series. Frelick again with the move outside here, going into turn 1 and doesn't succeed again. Nuaf is very adequate in defending that inside line in turn 1. He knows what to do there. He knows you won't make it there unless I make a mistake, and he's forcing it. He is forcing Frelick to do something he doesn't want to do, and he won't succeed there in that corner by doing so. And maybe here this is also an opportunity for Frelick to get past him while we have these interruptions, excuses, and they're heading into the first chicane. Frelick is more careful this time, won't try to risk it all, because one move and you'll lose points again, and it will be very hard to gain 50 points back, and that's just not what you want. You don't want to be 95 points ahead. So that's it's very smart to tuck in there behind Nuaf and regain your race. And while we move back up to the hairpin here, it's still 3 tenths is should be just enough to maintain your lead over your follower. And Nuaf is doing fine. He hasn't cracked yet, has had one lockup, but that's basically it. And we have seen him there taking the chicane a little bit, well, less than ideal, to be honest. Again, ducking into the inside. Frelick has to go outside. He doesn't want to, but he has to. Nuaf is forcing him to the outside because he knows you'll have to drive a bigger distance there. You won't pass me there, and he will be safe here going into turn 1. The only problem Nuaf is having is in turn 3 here, when you have that short, that little bend there. Here is where Frelick gains time on him. You can see it. He is placing his car again right next to Nuaf. They will head into the chicane, but Nuaf knows, as long as I brake just a little bit later than Frelick, like here, while Frelick is locking up, I will make that corner first. So it's going all right. Everything is working to his advantage right now, at least for Nuaf, that is. So Frelick has got to try something else now. I would try just to claim the inside there in turn 1, just for once, just to try it. We will see if he does it in the next lap, because we have completed 14 laps already. We're 3 laps removed from the finish, so Frelick has to make his move within 2 laps, because he'll be too late if he doesn't. We hope the drivers won't have any trouble with their tires, or at least not too much, but here they go. I think Frelick will be too far away from Nuaf, because Nuaf is taking the outside, but he has that slipstream. Might be even the setup just that allows him to make more speed, or to get more speed out of the car in a straight line. But oh, with a little man, a lockup by Frelick, who was trying right there. Did get denied by Nuaf again in turn 2. It's a very nice battle by these drivers. Let's see. Frelick again taking the outside, or trying to take the outside, while Eekhoven has gotten back to 4.5 seconds again. But Nuaf is very good at performance. His position is doing alright. We do have a back marker on Solima, who is a few hundred meters ahead of him. While Frelick and Nuaf are wheel to wheel going into the second chicane here on Zolder, but Nuaf remains first. Incredible by these two guys. Wheel to wheel going into the chicane, and without any wheel bumping or anything, you can see Frelick is in a haste. He's in a hurry to get past him. They're going side by side there through the hairpin, trying an overcut, undercut, but it won't work. Nuaf will be a tough challenge to pass for the young Polish driver. And again, we must be honest, Nuaf is having the drive of his life here. He hasn't let Frelick pass by defeating himself. While Danebird spins there in turn 1, we have to watch out there. This won't work to the disadvantage of any of the two drivers. Danebird making way. The guys can get around safely in turn 2. So that's good. That's good. Very well done by Danebird by getting out of the way in time there. And we will see if these two might give us a show in the last 2 laps. And this time Frelick again on the outside end to the chicane. Solima in their way a little bit there. But Nuaf with a late skip to the right side there, but did well. And Simon Frelick was in a pinch right there, to be honest. But he reacted very adequately there. So let's see if he can make up again. Half a second between P1 and P2 going into the last round. This is getting very exciting right now. Frelick has just barely a 1.5 lap to get around Nuaf, so it's gonna be tense right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going crazy here, while Eekhoven has lost his car control in the hairpin, will lose any connection he had with the first two, so it's going to be one of these two guys here, right here, ladies and gentlemen. Nuaf and Frelick in their final lap of the race, because they have 17 completed right now. Let's see if they can make it without crash, because that's an opportunity as well. They might crack under the pressure, they might miss a braking point. You never know with this sport. So let's see what these two guys can do. They have put up a great show until now, and we hope they can continue on doing this, not only for this race but the next 9 races as well. And there goes Frelick to the outside of Nuaf, going into the chicane once again. He's tried it already 9 times, and will he make it this time? No, he doesn't. Nuaf still has the edge in that chicane, So Frelick has to try something else. Did go a little right there over the curb. Hope it didn't damage his car too much. And he's again on the outside on the second. Ooh, locking up both of them. And Frelick seems to have the better flow going out of the chicane, going into the right-hand bander, heading onto the hairpin. Oh, and Frelick diving into the inside, having the outside, going into the hairpin. Let's see what happens here. Nuoff still in front. Nuoff still in front, doing his job very well here. And this is going to be Frelick's last chance, heading up to the last chicane here. The left-right combination going onto the straight. Will he try it on the inside? Outside, he will duck behind. Kenzie Nuoff will make a jump to open space on his right side, and he won't make it. Nuoff wins race 2 with Frelick just right behind him. Very well done here by both drivers. What an excellent race, but Nuoff has the edge. Congratulations. While the rest finishes up their race, we would like to thank you for watching. Congratulations to Eco on finishing out on the podium here in race 2, and we will see you in 2 weeks.